So I'm sitting here drinking my pre-workout, getting ready for the gym, and I was reading a comment on one of my other videos that was asking me about arm size. And so it just had me thinking about a few things. So I just wanted to take a minute and talk about arm size. Okay. More specifically, does arm size matter? So if you're on the way to the gym, this is a perfect time to sit down. We're just going to chat about arm size. Okay. And just a few different topics, and especially like if you're trying to grow your arms, or if you're maybe wondering why you feel like your arms are always looking small, or basically anywhere in there. This video is going to be for you. So we're going to go through and talk about a few things. First off, just kind of go through a little old me. Right, I've been working out since I started working out in 2010 when I was getting ready for the military. This picture of me, you can see, kind of a smaller guy, so it's 2021. I was still like 170 in here. I'd always been into working out, but I'd never really taken my diet seriously, okay? And that was a major factor. And so growing up in the military, obviously, we're just bros and, meatheads and just doing meathead things. We're working out all the time, and we're always talking about arms, right? I was obsessed with arm size. I was obsessed with wanting massive arms. One of my big, like, gym, I don't know, I want to call it gym hero, or like someone, a professor maybe. So a professor of mine, someone that I really look up to in a gym sense, was C.T. Fletcher. Man, I used to love watching C.T. Fletcher videos. It just gets me going, And around this time, this is 2013-ish, 2013 to like 2016, 17. My arms were in the 15-inch range, height 5'9", weight 160 to 170, kind of fluctuating in those ranges. And arm size used to be all I think about. I'd measure my arms all the time, and I would like train and feel like I would try all sorts of different workout routines, and just like, I was just doing everything. I just wanted big arms. I thought that, I was ambitious. I thought that when I was younger, I was going to be able to just like meathead my way up to 22-inch arms like CT. And, I tried. It didn't work. I still tried. It didn't exactly pan out. But, I tried. And I think that's important, because I think one of the key factors is belief. I really feel like belief is like a big thing. You need to believe that you can make some sort of change to your body, or you're not going to work out hard enough. So anyways, fast forward a little bit, my bulk. I went on a bulk for like a year. Dirty bulk. I just wanted to change it up. Okay. I was tired of being thin and small. I was like, dude, let's just start pounding the food. Okay. And again, still, I was obsessed with measuring my arms. And this picture right here, I was 235 pounds in this picture. And you can kind of see my arm there. It's kind of more just like round, and my arms are very like round and soft. But they got up to 18 inches, which was absolutely outstanding for anytime I was wearing clothes, because like everything was just tight, in the clothes. All my shirts and everything were super tight, but my arms were still soft, right? Just kind of soft and round. And it just kind of made me realize arms, they're defined by the details. Okay? The number, like, oh, my arms are this measurement, your arms are that measurement, I want my arms to be this number. That's kind of all subjective. Okay, your arms are defined by the details. How do we get the details? We're going to bust out the science kit. Now, granted, I'm feeling a little fluffy because I've been bulking for like 7 weeks in. Yeah, still got a little abs here. Okay, so I'm not too fat at the moment. But the thing is, arms, they're defined by the details. Okay, like if you can. Some nice shape to the triceps, or like when you hit a flex, or something, that the bit of the tricep that hangs down, or when you flex your bicep, some peakage, right? Some peakage on the bicep. It's defined by the details, right? Like see the back of the arm there? Again, I'm fat and unpumped right now, okay? So this is just what we're working with. So if the arms are really defined by the details and the shapes, because you don't just want like meat tubes coming out of your body, right? You want the musculature to be showing through. How do we get that? And so I'm just going to kind of touch on two of the things that I think are the most important to really gain the shapes of the arms that's going to help you. First off, I have a diagram here. You can see the tricep attachment points. You got your lateral head and your long head. I can never remember which one is which, to be honest. But here's what you need to remember. Part of your tricep attaches to the actual top of your arm. Like it attaches up here and then down to your elbow. Okay? The other big part of your tricep muscle goes to the back of your shoulder. Right? So it actually goes even higher, like up in your shoulder. And so the way that you stretch that out is by doing overhead work. Okay? Getting your shoulders, getting your arms up over your head. So you got to do more than just press downs. You need to be arms up and doing overhead extension work to really work on that meat on the back of the tricep. Okay, so that's how you get the tricep details. What about the bicep details? Okay? How the F do you grow bicep peaks? I think this has got to be like one of the most contentious topics in like all of bodybuilding. Like, which grows the peaks, right? Is it hammer curls? Is it straight bar curls? Is it spider curls? Is it alternating curls? Is it concentration curls? Is it, right? Like what? Is it the big stretch? Is it the big contraction? In my opinion, what grows the bicep peaks, I don't know. But what I do think is very important is when you're showing your bicep, you want to be able to pop a full contraction, okay? So to be able to pop a full contraction of the bicep, like when you want to be able to flex it and show it off, that's the whole point of why we're doing this in the first place. If you want to be able to show off your bicep, you need to work on exercises that get that peak contraction. So for me, it's things like doing a concentration curl, one arm at a time, really focusing on turning in the wrist and getting that peak, bah, yeah, that bam, tight contraction in the bicep. I think that's the most important part, because you're gonna do a lot of bicep work. You're gonna do a lot of curls. I can just tell if you're here, you already want big arms. Okay, you're gonna get them. You just need to keep working at it. All right. Okay, so that's how you get the bicep peak details, in my opinion. All right, we're gonna go back to my PowerPoint here. So what actually grew my arms? Okay, if you kind of were tracking the timeline here and looking at the pictures, what grew my arms the most? Okay, it wasn't this specific exercise. It wasn't doing the most optimal science-based thing. It wasn't having Velcro straps attached to all different parts of like a cable machine. It was eating a crap ton of food for a year, okay? It was eating 4,000 calories a day, dirty bulking for a year. And now this bulk, I'm gaining more and, I'm gaining more size again, but I'm not doing quite as dirty bulk as I was before. So we're just going to go down, going to show you what I'm working with right now. And again, I'm unpumped right now. When I got down to my peak leanness, my arms were down all the way down to 16 inches. Okay, so from peak bulk, they were 18. And peak lean, the lowest I got was 185 pounds with a 16-inch arm. So right now, we're doing it live. Is it okay? So just gonna pop it. Okay, so we're at like 16 and a quarter. I don't know if you can see it right there, but at like 16 and a quarter. And I think that it looks a lot better than an 18-inch arm. Okay, well, at least on me. So I think that my detailed cut 16-inch arms or 16 and a quarter look better than my 18-inch arms, even though with winter coming up, I kind of wish I had fat 18-inch arms again, because it just, like, in long sleeves, you just look like a fucking powerhouse, dude. It's crazy. Okay, so that being said, when do you measure your arms? Okay, when is it important? If you're psychotic like me, you will measure your arms every single night when you get home, because for some reason I have some sort of mental disability where I feel like I just go home and have to check to make sure my arms didn't get smaller that day. I have some sort of, I don't know what it is, body dysmorphia or whatever. And it really doesn't matter, because no matter what I do, my arms always look small to myself. It doesn't matter how big they are. When my arms were the biggest they've ever been, I still thought they looked small. Riddle me that. I don't know. So it really doesn't matter. So way to measure my arms, I use it for tracking my weight fluctuations, believe it or not. So I can tell, based off of my arm size, I can tell if I'm gaining weight or losing weight. It just seems like that's the first place on my body that starts shrinking. Like when I start cutting, first thing I start losing is arm size, arm diameter. And then the last thing I lose is around the old gutteroony. And then we're like, right now I'm gaining weight, slowly gaining weight on this bulk, doing a lot more slow and methodical now, a lot more careful with it, not being so dirty, less processed foods, all clean bulk, everything. My arm size is going up, but it's a lot slower. I also, when to measure arms, I also monitor for left and right imbalances. This is also something that I'm constantly measuring both sides to make sure that both sides are the same, and visually checking to see if I need to alter my training either way, because I want my arms to look the same, right? So I think that's important as well. You're trying to create a symmetrical aesthetic physique. So to answer the question, we've been talking this all the time. To answer the question, does arm size matter? No, I don't think so. Okay? I don't think you should stress about it. If you're worried, like, oh, are my arms big enough? Whatever. Your arms are whatever size they are. Okay? So there's really no point in stressing about it. All you can do is train and try to get them bigger. That's it. But don't stress about it. And the thing is, like, it's subjective. Like a 15-inch arm might look good on him, might not look good on that person. It's like, depends on the width of the shoulders and how your arms fit with everything else. And maybe that guy's biceps are really good, or he doesn't have triceps. Like, it's just totally subjective. So I think that, if you feel like your arms are small, don't beat yourself up about it. It's fine. Just keep working, keep going to the gym. It's not a big deal. They'll get bigger with time. Just keep training and be consistent. You need to make sure you're eating right, and eventually you'll get the results. Okay? Again, bulking and adding mass to your body is going to be the most important part. Just like think about like the concept of adding mass and building blocks to your body. So a plant needs sunlight and water to grow, right? And obviously nutrients from the soil and stuff. But the plant gets its building blocks for life from the sun. So if you put that plant in shade, it can't grow, right? So the sun is food for us. It's the equivalent. If you don't give yourself enough food, you're not going to grow. You're going to be like that little plant that just withers away and gets small, okay? So just don't worry about it, okay? It's not a huge deal. Don't stress about it. Don't beat yourself up. Just keep training. Arm size is going to be subjective for everyone. And really, the thing to remember is that you're just competing against yourself, okay? So just try to be better than you were last year. All right, I'm going to quit yapping. You guys have a great day. See you in the next one.